Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing another decluttering video. I know that I said in my original decluttering video that I was going to use that intro for everything, but then I rambled on a lot about my new lighting and all this new stuff. So I thought I would refilm a more condensed version for you guys. So this will be the same intro now that you'll see throughout all my decluttering videos. If you're looking for what kind of declutter I'm doing, check in. I like how I'm pointing here, but I'm pretty sure the title's actually here. Check that out and you will find out what I'm decluttering for the day. I'm basically doing this just to pare down my collection a little bit. It's getting a little overwhelming, giving me a little bit of anxiety, and it's time that some of these drawers get cleaned out. As I'm going through, you'll see that I'm going to separate the makeup into stuff that I'm keeping, stuff that I'm not 100% sure about, so I'm going to leave it out and make sure that I try it out and see if I really like it or not. Stuff that I'm going to be giving to friends and family, and stuff that is going to be going in the garbage. So if you like these decluttering videos, then just keep on watching. Okay, so today we are going to go through this drawer. Not everything in this drawer. I'm mainly going to focus today on decluttering my bronzers and my foundations as well. I think setting sprays and powders I'm going to save for another day. What I might do that with primers. What I might throw in also today is concealers from the top drawer. So I'm going to yank this all out on the floor and we are going to go through it all. Alrighty, so this is all of my foundations, bronzers, and also pressed powders on the floor. So we're kind of going to go through all of this. This is going to be one of my quicker decluttering videos just because I don't have as much of this as some other stuff that I have. So same as always, things here are either going to go in a basket that are use it up and then probably never repurchase it again, or try out and make sure I don't like it before I actually let it go. So that's all going to go into this basket. This basket is for stuff going back in the drawer. Then I'm also going to have a garbage pile for anything that I know has gone bad, or if it's MAC, it's going to be a back to MAC pile. And then everything else will probably go to friends and family. So I'm going to start here. This is my Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Fluid Makeup. I wear the shade 3.25. I absolutely love this. Now this one's almost empty, so I am going to put it in this use it up thing, knowing that I've already purchased a backup because I love it so much. So that is going to go straight into there. Another product that I love, this is, let's do all the foundations first and then I'll get into bronzers. So another product that I love, this is my MAC Face and Body Foundation in the shade N5, which I know is too dark for me, but I kind of wear it as a combination foundation bronzer. Again, this is almost empty, so I'm going to put this in that drawer thing to make sure I use it up. Again, I already have a backup of this one as well, so that can go back in the drawer. This one, this Tarte Shape Tape Moisturizing Hydrating Foundation, I got the shade Light Neutral. I'm not a big fan of this. It's got I'm just going to show you the applicator, which is the first thing that kind of weirds me out. It looks like it should be a concealer. It's got a gigantic, oh my God, how many times can I unscrew this lid without it falling? Help me. It's got a gigantic doe foot applicator. I don't really wear, you'll notice by those two, I don't wear a lot of full coverage foundations. I prefer weightless or lightweight. This one's just too heavy for me. It looks a little bit too cakey. I've tried this in a video recently. I'm not a big fan of it. This one I'm going to be passing on because it is still fairly new. Another one that I'm not a big fan of is this e.l.f. foundation. I don't even know what kind this is. It's just too full coverage for me. Honestly, though, I got this around this time last year, and I think it says 6 months is when it expires, so I might just be tossing this because I don't know if I'm comfortable passing it on to somebody else when I think it might have expired. But I tried it out today, and it just sat too heavy on my face. It's just not for me, so this one I'm going to be getting rid of as well. This is my Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. I'm in the shade Y245. I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite foundations. I kind of it got lost from me for a while, but I absolutely adore this. So that is staying. Another one that's staying, this is my MAC Next to Nothing foundation. I wear the shade Medium. I absolutely love this. This is one I would repurchase when I'm out of. I don't have a backup because I still have half of it in here, but when I run out, I am going to be buying that again. This Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation, I am in the shade 20. This is almost used up. I'm going to put it in here to just finish using it up because there's no point in giving one that's like this empty to somebody else. I do really, really like this, but it's so expensive. I cannot justify repurchasing it. So as soon as that one is used up, it will be gone from my collection. This one, this is another more full coverage one. I do like to have a couple in my arsenal. And this one I don't mind. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Foundation. This is in that same shade, 3.25. Again, I'm going to keep it. I'll keep it in there and I'm going to use it up and then I probably won't repurchase it, but we'll see. My NARS, what's this? Sheer Glow Foundation. I wear the shade medium 1.5. It's in Velouris or something like that. I love this. This is not going anywhere. This is my MAC Hyper Real Foundation. It's kind of like a pearlescent sort of one. This is in Rose Gold FX. They came with like 4 shades. I don't use this as a standalone. I add it to other foundations, but I am going to be keeping it. I really like this. Okay, next I've got this Natasha Denona. This is the Body Glow in the shade Light. It's not really a foundation, but I keep it in my foundation drawer anyways. I really, really like this. Again, it's almost used up, so I'm just going to finish using it, and then I won't repurchase it because this is super expensive, much like all her stuff is. But I'm going to keep it and use it up because I really like it for the summertime. I think it adds just a really, really pretty glow to your body. So I'm going to be holding on to that one. I'll put it in there as well. This MAC BB cream I've had for a long time. I know it's far past expired, so I'm going to be back to MACing this because A, I never use BB creams, and B, this is so expired that I'm not comfortable passing it to anybody. So that one's going to go back to MAC. This is my Too Faced Do You foundation in light beige. I need to play with this one a little bit more. Again, it's another like more full coverage one because it's also moisturizing. I'm a little bit more okay with it. I'm not going to put it in here just because I have so many in here that I want to use up. I will put it in here with the mental note that I need to try it. And then the last foundation that I have is this MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof. I don't tend to use this on its own. I like to mix this in with my Next to Nothing to make it a little bit more full coverage. And then mix it in with some kind of like liquid highlight or something like that. So this is also going to be staying. So I don't have a ton of foundations, but I mean, we got rid of 3. So that one's going to somebody else. Those are getting thrown out. These ones I'm just going to use up knowing that I have these ones again. Everything else we're keeping. I didn't do very well there, but I kind of knew I wouldn't because my foundations are already pretty pared down to what I like. Oh, I have this one as well. Sorry. This is the Face and Body Foundation in Pearl something. Light Pearl. So again, this is like the Face and Body, except it's got a little bit of like the Hyper Glow already mixed into it. So I'm going to hold on to that as well. Anyways, like I was, this is just mixing medium. That's not really foundation, but I mix it with my foundation. So again, keeping that. Like I said, I didn't do a very good job, but I don't have a lot of foundations to begin with. So this isn't going to be as cutthroat. So let's move on to bronzers. So first one is this NARS Liquid Laguna Bronzer. I love this. I mix in with all of my foundations. I'm keeping it. The only thing that annoys me is how dirty the packaging gets, but this is staying. Since I'm on bronzers, let's just keep going with bronzers. Okay. First things first, my Natasha Denona Glow. This is in the shade medium. I think this is supposed to be like an all over the face highlighter, but I use it as a bronzer. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be keeping that. Also going to keep, this is my MAC Matte Bronze. This is like my holy grail favorite, like first ever bronzer that I ever got. Not the first one I ever got, the first one that I ever loved. I can't even open it now. I just love it. It's the most beautiful brown. It's not too orangey. It warms up your face just right. And I don't have a ton of matte bronzers, to be completely honest. A lot of mine have shimmer in it, so it's nice to have a matte option. So I'm going to keep that as well. This Urban Decay Beached Bronzer, I really, really like it, but I think I got a shade that was too light for me. This is in, what did I say, Sunkissed. It's just too light. Like if you compare that to the MAC one, oops, like look how much deeper that one is. And it's nice to have a light bronzer for days when I am a little bit more fair. Like you would think in the winter that would be nicer to have. but it's just too fair for me. And for a fair bronzer, I've decided I'm going to actually keep this Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer instead. It has a little shimmer to it, which I like, and that beach one just doesn't. And this one is also quite a bit paler than other ones that I normally go for. So I'm going to keep this one as my pale option. And I'm going to pass on the Urban Decay bronzer. And then maybe in the future when I need more bronzers, I will try a darker shade. Okay, I have these two butter bronzers here. One is in deep bronzer and the other one is in Muru light bronzer. So I'm actually going to keep the dark bronzer because I find the light bronzer just doesn't really, like, oh gosh darn it. It's really hard to do this with one hand. I traded the way I was doing this because I thought I didn't need to swatch anything in this video, and now I'm just like struggling like crazy. Hold on. Okay, so this is the light one. It's just very, very, very light. I love butter bronzers. They are just fantastic. They have the best texture to them. But again, it's just too light for me. This one just works much, much better for me. Just has a little bit more color to it. So we're going to keep the deep bronzer and we're going to pass on the light bronzer. Just trying to pull all of these in so I can see them all. Even though this is technically, no, I'll get into that later. I was going to say, even though this is technically a setting powder, I am going to do it here. Just unplugging my camera, but I'll do it when I move on to like pressed powders. The Too Faced Bronzed Peach. This is like a cream to powder bronzer. I actually had anticipated wanting to get rid of this, and then I played with it the other day and remembered how much I love it. So I'm actually going to hold on to this because it is a really, really good bronzer. My Park Avenue Princess, I feel like I've had different variations of this color like so many times. Like I've had small ones, bigger ones, every kind of one, and I always get rid of it. I'm just not jazzed by this. I know a lot of people love it, but like it does a lot of what my other more favorite ones do, so I am going to pass that one on as well. My NARS Laguna bronzer, I am not letting go of ever. I absolutely adore this, and it was really expensive, so I'm definitely going to be holding on to that. Same with my Hourglass. This is my Luminous Bronze Light. I absolutely love this, especially for a more shimmery bronzer. It is just absolutely stunning. Like, just gorgeous. I should have wipes in here, and I don't. But I absolutely love this bronzer, so that one's going to stay as well. Okay, I'm just going to try and separate what's actually not bronzer. Okay, I think this is all bronzer. Gonna keep my Too Faced Sweetheart bronzer. I really, really like this. Keep my Too Faced Sweetie Pie bronzer. Again, really like that. I think I'm going to give up this Becca bronzer. This is just like a little one. It's in Capri Coast. Again, it's really, really pretty, but it does a lot of the same things my other bronzers have, and the small packaging kind of annoys me. This Patrick Star bronzer. This is in Give Me Life. I just find it too orangey. Like, it doesn't look super orange on camera, but in person it's really, really orangey. I'm going to let go of this. I don't like orange tone bronzers. I'm also actually going to give up this one. This is a Hot and Heavy face powder, opalescent, but I tried it out as a bronzer because I just don't imagine that this would work for me as a highlighter, and I really don't need more highlighter. I tried it as a bronzer and I didn't like the way that it looked, so I'm going to pass that on as well. Okay. This is my Delicates bronzer. I actually really like this. I tried this the other day, and it does still work really well for me. It's kind of almost like a taupey color, so I'm going to keep that one. Also going to keep this one. This is in Refined Golden. It is just a glittery bronzer. Really, really pretty. And am I going to keep this one? What is this one compared to my matte bronze? Just see. Just a little lighter. I'm going to hold tight of the matte bronze, and I'm actually going to pass this one on. This is in Bayana Bronze, so I'm going to actually let that one go. All right, that goes over there. Two left, so we have the Too Faced Pineapple Sun Bronzer. I'm going to hold on to that. I really, really like that one, and I'm also going to hold on to my Bahama Mama. So that's bronzers done. Now we're going to get into like pressed powders and stuff like that. I don't have very many. This Wet n Wild pressed powder is just too light for me, so I'm going to pass that one along. I am going to keep my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium Plus. Really, really like that. And I'm going to keep my MAC Next to Nothing. I don't often use like compact powders, but when I do, I really like having this one. Alrighty. The banana powder. I'm going to hold on to this for a little bit longer. I haven't really tried it all that much, and I should give it a fair shot. But the peach blur powder, I'm actually going to pass on. I don't really understand what this is for. I've tried to use it like a setting powder, and it just doesn't do anything special for me. So I'm just going to let this go as well. I'm just going to go grab my concealers, and we will keep going. Alrighty, so I don't have too many concealers. They're all kind of just in here. I also found that I had like these eye creams. So I have this Fast Response eye cream by MAC. I know this is expired. I've had this for like probably 4 or 5 years, and I'm pretty sure it was only good for 6 months. So this has to go. Okay, this is my MAC 24-Hour Studio Fix Smooth Wear Concealer. I really, really like this. I just feel like I got it in a shade too light for me. I'm going to hold on to this until I can replace it with a deeper shade because it works for brightening, but I feel like this is more my color. Do you see how it's just a little bit darker? And that brings me to my Naked Skin foundation. This is staying. This is already the second one I've had. I absolutely love this. My Tarte Shape Tape. This one's brand new. What shade is this even in? This is in the shade Light. Let me just take a quick look at it because I do really like it, and I used up my other one recently. I just can't decide if I like need to keep another one. It's just another really light one, so I'm actually going to pass this one on instead of holding on to it because I have enough concealer, I feel like. And even though I like the Shape Tape, I do like the Naked Skin one better by Urban Decay, so I'm going to pass on the Shape Tape. We are also going to be keeping this one. This is also from Urban Decay. This is the All Nighter. It kind of goes along with the All Nighter foundation. I really like this one. It's in the same shade. They're both in light neutral. This is in NW22, in case you want to know. I think it's 22. Yeah. So keeping those. This Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer. I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. And it's definitely way too light for me. So I'm definitely going to get rid of this one. And in its place, I'm going to keep the MAC Studio Water Weight Concealer. It's got a similar consistency, and I just think the color of this one works a little bit better for me. Also going to keep my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is like a holy grail concealer. I don't always love using it because I hate the pump, but other than that, I really like it. This is this new Becca Under Eye Brightening Cream. It's brand new to me. I'm going to be holding on to that. I want to try that out. I'm actually going to put that in my make sure I try it pile just to make sure I use it. I'm going to hold on to my MAC Studio Fix concealer for like a cream concealer. And then I think I'm going to keep my Boing hydrating one because I do like using this when I have patches of dry skin. I think it works really well. Now these two. I never ever use either of these. Hold on. Okay, so this is the brightening concealer. It's kind of like a peachy tone. And this is the, what's this called? Industrial Strength. I think I'm actually going to pass on both of these. I just never reach for them. I don't use cream concealers a whole lot. I'm more into liquid ones. And this one kind of does it for me. So I think I'm going to let go of both of these. So I'm going to put everything back and then show you what we got rid of and then wrap up this video. So I know it didn't look like I got rid of a lot, but everything now fits either in here if it won't like stand up or over here on the side. And then these are the concealers that I'm keeping. So that seems like a ton better. This is all of the product that we are getting rid of. It's not a ton, but like ultimately there's probably just as much bronzer. Well, no, probably not. As I say, there's probably just as much bronzers here as there are left in the drawer. And then a couple things that I'm getting rid of and a couple things I'm trying to use up. So I think that went pretty well. I'm going to keep going with declutters for the week so you guys have more to see. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you have heard me talk about like lightweight foundations or anything like that and have suggestions for things I should be trying, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.